And the 99 of Kerry Ayers, your front row as we look for the green off at turn number 4. Green waves. Terry Watland gets them off and running. J.R. Billings out front early on here. He'll lead him down to turn 1 and off at turn number 2. The 185 out front, but here comes Bud Wallace, the 74, Marshall Jewett, the 7, as they come around for lap number 1. Billings slides up towards Marshall Jewett. Jewett with the high line. He'll lead lap number 1 by a nose.
Jewett high in turn number 2. J.R. Billings on the low side. Side by side, there's Bud Wallace just behind them. Kerry Ayers in the 99 machine as they come around turn number 4 for lap number 2. Marshall Jewett now with the nose up there in the front. J.R. Billings now to the low side in turns 1 and 2. Bud Wallace again in the 74. Cletus Murray in the 21 machine as he slides a little bit out of the low side of turn number 2. Austin, looks like Austin O'Neill has to pull off back to the infield. Must be a problem with that car again. Jewett still your race leader. Again, J.R. Billings still in that second spot. The orange and black of Bud Wallace in that number 74. Here comes Cletus Murray now. Mudcat in the number 21. Up into that third position. Fourth spot as well. I'm sorry. Kerry Ayers in the 99 machine. And here comes Oliver Harris in the 79 as he goes side by side with Ayers as they come down to turns 1 and 2 as they fight for that spot. That's the top 5 position right there. But Marshall Jewett starting to pull away from the field. J.R. Billings both on the high side. Bud Wallace now trying to make something happen out of turn number 4. It goes down low. Mudcat, Cletus Murray, halfway this time across. Halfway this time across. In your feature event, 5 laps down, 5 to go. Cletus Murray, Harris, Kerry Ayers, but there's also Matsakevich in the 16, Matthew Matsakevich in that 16. Here's your race leader, though, Marshall Jewett. And that number 7 machine, can he make it number 2 this week? Right now, everything's looking pretty good for him. J.R. Billings to the high side in turn number 1 and 2. Seems to be staying up there making that high side work. But I tell you what, the 74 of Bud Wallace starting to make it, close that gap down in 3 and 4. Side by side as they come out of turn number 4. Wallace for this second spot now. Good battle. This is where the race is right now. So Marshall Jewett almost a straightaway lead, but Bud Wallace now to the low side coming out of turn number 2. He's making that low line work right now. J.R. Billings still on the high side. Now a battle back in that 4th and 5th spot as well with Oliver Harris and Cletus Murray in the 21. J.R. Billings, though, still with the lead on the high side. So lap number 8 as your leader will come across this time. That'll give him 2 laps to go. As the white flag comes out, it's lap number 9 with Marshall Jewett, your race leader. J.R. Billings still side by side. That's where the race is right now for that second spot. With Bud Wallace. Bud Wallace to the low side. Can he make it stick? I don't know. Doesn't look like it.
Checkered flag waves off at turn number 4. Marshall Jewett in the 7. Doubles up. 2 weeks of racing. 2 wins for the 7 of Marshall Jewett. So your top 5 tonight. Marshall Jewett picks up tonight's top prize in the factory stock class. Second, the 185 of J.R. Billings. Good run for the 185. The 74 Bud Wallace will be 3rd. Cletus Murray in the 21M will be 4th. And Oliver Harris, your top 5. Marshall Jewett, first feature winner of tonight's events.
Two tracks now? Yes.
So Marshall Jewett, 2 weeks in a row. See if we can get a quick word with him down on the track here. Marshall, congratulations. Feature winner tonight, 2 weeks in a row. You're on a run, buddy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Ron's got the car. It's Ron's car. He's got it working real good.
Any sponsors on the car that you'd like to mention?
John's Machine Shop on here. And we'd like to thank Ed that comes out and helps us too. So Howard and everybody that's helped me in the past. So thanks, everybody.
All right, give him a hand. Marshall Jewett, your winner 2 weeks in a row in your factory stocks.
They want to look at him over. Brett Heater brings him off at turn number 4. Green flag waves. Out front, Heater in the 05. Jesse Brown in the 11. 17 of Lucas Conley, the 14 of Todd Staley. They go down to turn number 3. Heater on the high side. They'll bring him around for lap number 1. Give it to the 04. Oh, look out back Barnes. Nice job saving the 19. Will State Green on the speedway. The 05 of Heater out front. Brown in the 11 sits in that second spot. Good battle for third. The 17 of Lucas Conley. The 14. Todd Staley battling for that third spot. Come around for lap number 2 in the books. Heater putting distance on the field early on. Heater out front. The 11 of Brown sits second. And it's the 37 of Seifert running in that third spot. Okay. Heater out front. Field starting to spread out now. Heater, the big time bail bond, 0-5. Putting on a march. Battle on the speedway for second. Seifert in that third spot. Good battle right there. Look out, Staley crossed up into turn 1.
Yellow, guys. Yellow, 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 yellow.
Oh, look out. Caution on the speedway. The 4. Heater back to the high side. 4 wide battle for that second spot. Seifert will go around him. He'll move into second. The battle for third. The 11 of Brown, the 2 of Jackson. Then the 417 of Kevin Anderson and the 17C of Lucas Conley battling for that 4th spot. Look out back, Tom Fogarty going around.
Yellow at turn 3. Yellow.
Steve Jackson. And the 37 of Seifert make up row 1 right behind your leaders. Heater hauls him down into turn 1. Jackson looking for that second spot, trying to get around the 37 of Seifert. Seifert with the momentum on the high side. He'll keep that second spot. Battle for the 11 between Brown and the 2 of Jackson. Jackson falls back a spot, and Kevin Anderson moves up into that third spot. We come around for lap number 7, and Brown's back up into third. 37. Lap number 8. 10 laps to go this time around. 17.
Brett Heater with Seifert, your top two cars. Kevin Anderson in that third spot. Jackson in the 2 car with Brown just behind him. Lucas Conley in the 17C, up into that top 6 now. Also looks like Adam Paris moving up as well in this 76 as they go down into turns 1 and 2. Heater making that high side work. Will Seifert have anything for him? He makes a good run out of 2, though. Herrick pulls off. He had some problems in the heat race as well, had some sheet metal damage. He pulls off to the infield. Lap number 10 as they come across this time. It's still Heater and Seifert. Anderson in the 417. Jackson in the 2, Brown in that number 11, and also the 17C of Lucas Conley. Adam Paris in the 74. Here comes Todd Staley just in behind Paris. Nose to tail, but your leader coming out of turn number 4, Brett Heater. Going for feature win number 2, 2 weeks in a row. Seifert. Now seems to be that Heater starting to pull away. Everybody using mainly that top side. We got a few guys now going to the low side, including that number 2. Yellow comes out. Oh, Heater with a problem coming out of turn number 2. Oh, my goodness. Looks like he lost a motor coming out of turn number 2. Probably some oil up in the high end of that track. Your race leader, Brett Heater, feature winner last week, and then we see a couple cars slide in behind him as well. That puts Seifert, he now inherits the lead on lap number 11. Anderson in the 417. He'll take that second spot. Steve Jackson out of Polk City, Iowa in the 2J. The 11 of Jesse Brown out of Nashua, Iowa. The Holly Ironman Stock Car Series here tonight. Adam Paris in the 76, the 14 of... Green flag flies as they come out of 4. Seifert leads them out of here, but here comes Anderson. Good run on the high side. Anderson in the 417 as he works his way to the top. Yes, he gets the run out of the top side. What a run out there. Anderson in the 417 takes the lead on the restart here. Seifert in that second spot. Adam Paris also using that high side. See if he can move his way up. Jackson, Brown, Barnes in that 19 machine, but Anderson just got the run coming down the front stretch. Immediately went to the high side and now in command as he takes the top spot here with your USRA stock cars here tonight at Lakeside Speedway. Kevin Anderson out of Kansas City, your race leader. Justin Seifert still in that second spot. Good battle for third now with Jackson and Jesse Brown now to the high side. Let's see if Brown can make a run up there. Gets a little bit of a push from Paris in the 76 coming out of turn number 2. And your top 5, but here comes Seifert now, nose to tail. Let's see if he can make something happen here on the high side right behind Anderson as they go down into turns number 1 and 2. So Anderson, Seifert, they're starting to pull away from that field, but nose-to-tail action right there. Now Jackson now up into that third spot with Brown. Jesse Brown going to the high side as they come out of turn 4. Anderson still your leader on lap number 15 as they come by this time. Just 3 to go. So Anderson and Seifert nose-to-tail in turns 1 and 2. Seifert, let's see if he can make something happen now as Jackson goes to that low side. Brown on the high side with Paris in the 76 machine. Oh, up into the wall. Paris gets a little bit too high in turn number 4. Up in that 4th spot, but Anderson brings it down. Oh, look out, and here we go. Down through the front set. Red light comes out.
Caution, we need to keep everybody stay away from the front straightaway, please. Everybody stand back from the front straightaway. 12 of Scotty Moore. Anderson back to the high side, and he'll motor back out front, but we put Jackson in second. Brown third, Paris fourth, And Tom Fogarty in the T2, your top 5. We come around. Lap 17 this time by. White flag lap. One more to go. Out front, Kevin Anderson looking for his first feature win here in the 2017 season. Look out! Adam Paris going around. And he'll keep things moving. We'll say green. Your leader comes off at turn number 4. The winner, 417 to Kevin Anderson. So Kevin Anderson picks up tonight's our Holly Ironman stock car feature. Goes to the 417 of Kevin Anderson. Steve Jackson will be second. Brown, the 11, will be third. Tom Fogarty comes home fourth in the T2, and Nick Zinn, the 31, your top 5.
Kevin Anderson! Amsoil, one of the sponsors on the car. Victory trophies and plaques. Ewert Farms. EcoSafe Zero Waste. Urban Lumber Company. And Missouri Organic Recycling. Kevin Anderson, your winner here tonight. Or you want, oh wait, you want that? Oh, here. Well, I think both. Yeah, who wants both of them? Looks like a big family event. Summit Racing Equipment. Kevin Anderson, your winner here tonight. We'll get a few words with him. Give him the number 1. There you go. Our second feature winner here this season, Kevin Anderson and the USRA Stock Cars. All right, Kevin. Let's get a few quick words with you. Congratulations. I tell you what, it was tough being in the lead tonight.
It was tough. You just kind of had to put your mind to where you're going and hope nobody come up underneath you or try to slide job you or something like that. But the track, you know, it's get one lane around the top, try to go around as fast as you can, and just hope nobody runs into you.
Looks like you were making a good run off that top side into turn 2 and getting around everybody. That looked like it was working pretty well for you.
It was the place to be, I think. So these guys were kind of diving down a little bit and leaving just enough room up there to just kind of squeeze past. So car ran great, came off the corner as well, so felt great.
Anybody you want to thank on the car?
I got to thank Mom and Dad. I got to thank my wife, Owen and Alyssa, all my family, John, Karen, of course, Medieval Chassis, Missouri Organic, Urban Lumber Company. I'm sure there's a bunch more, but definitely got to thank everybody that helps us do this and comes out and supports us. I got some friends in from Colorado. It was fun to get the win while they were here, so love it. Good time.
All right, congratulations. Kevin Anderson, your winner tonight in the USRA Stock Car event.
Thank you. Green flag skyward. We're underway. Nick Newton, your early leader. He jumps down to turn 1. 3 wide battle for second. Nick Drew on the bottom. Tim Shields, the 42 in the middle. Don Mars on the high side. He'll slide back as we get ready to come around for lap number 1. Newton working the high line. They'll come off at turn 4, and we'll complete lap number 1.
Nick Newton, your race leader, as he comes out of turn number 4 on lap number 2. Shields to the high side coming out through 1 and 2. Don Mars in that number 9 machine just behind him. Here comes Shields, though. Through the back stretch, takes that second spot away. Nick Drew in the number 15 machine. But right now it's Nick Newton, your race leader, as they come out of turn number 4 on lap number 3. Newton. Jim Shields in that second spot. Here comes Don Mars again. Let's see if he challenges for that third spot. So again, Newton brings him across, this time on lap number 4. Next time will be halfway, Tim Shields. Again, Nick Drew in the 15 goes low side. Let's see if he can make a run out of turn number 2, but Shields still hangs on to that second spot. Don Mars in the number 9 just behind him. And then it's Casey Shields in the 42C. That's right, that is the son of Tim Shields. Looking strong in that 42C car this week. Then behind him, the number 2 of Dave Powell. And Cammie Bruner, the 16-year-old first-year driver in that number 8 car. Nick Newton to the high side as he continues around. Tim Shields, will he have anything for him? Tim Shields trying to make something work up on that high side, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to close the gap. We'll see what happens, though. The 15 of Nick Drew still in that third spot. Good battle now between Mars and Casey Shields for that 4th spot. Mars on the high side, Shields on the low side in the 42C. Good battle right there for that position. That's where the race is, at least right now. Nick Newton still high out of turn number 2. Tim Shields in the 42T in that second spot. Nick Drew in the 15. Now the battle for that 4th and 5th position, but it's still Casey Shields. Casey Shields comes down through that front stretch in the 4th position with Don Mars just behind him. Tim Powell in the number 2 car. Back to your race leader. This will be lap number 9 when they come across this time. White flag flies this time across. Newton, your race leader. Tim Shields in that second spot. He was your winner last week. Now the battle for 3rd between Drew and Casey Shields. Let's see if Casey Shields has anything for him coming out of turn number 2. Don Mars still behind them. But your winner, week number 2 in the 711, it's Nick Newton in the Cheetah chassis. Number 711, the 42 of Tim Shields. Takes that second spot away. Nick Drew in the 15. Casey Shields, the 42C. And that 4th spot, the 9 of Don Mars, the 2 of Dave Powell. And then also
Off of turn number 4. Green flag waves. We're underway. 18 laps coming at us. And Andy Bryant with the jump in the 8:28. They go down to turn 1.
Andy Bryant, Tanner just in behind him. Smith goes to the high side, coming around 3 and 4. Striegel on the low side as they come out of 4, and it's Andy Bryant, but the yellow flag flies for our first caution.
And we're green on the speedway. Here we go. Bryant brings him down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Bryant dives to the inside. Mike Tanner, the 20, right behind him. Striegel up a car with the long off of turn number 2.
As they head down into turn 4, it's still Andy Bryant, your race leader. Battle for that second spot now with Striegel and Tanner. Striegel on the high side. Tanner now still staying to the low side. Here comes the 181 of Neiman with the 99 of Smith on the high side. The 2 Rage chassis. They look almost similar when you see them out on the track. Tim Powell in the 57 just behind them. Ed Knoll on the low side in the 15, but here's your race leader on lap number 3. Still Bryant with Tanner. Striegel, your top 3 right now. Oh, and Smith gets into the wall up in turn number 2, slows down. Neiman with that 4th spot. Ed Knoll side by side with Smith. He had to slow down in turn number 2, got up into the wall, but he was able to continue. As your race leader comes across on lap number 4 now. Still the 28 of Bryant Tanner. Striegel in the 17, the 181 of Neiman, and a battle for that 5th spot, 3 wide as they come out of turn number 2. as Ed Knoll pulls back just a little bit back in turn 2 as they go into 3 and 4 now. Smith still on the high side. Let's see, with a little bit of damage onto the right side, if he's able to hang on. I believe that's Yancey Shepard in that 20 car. Yancey Shepard into the top 5 now as he gets by Brad Smith. And then Ed Knoll behind him with Tim Powell. Here comes the 44, Trevor Hunt on the low side. 3 wide again, 2 wide as Trevor Hunt gets a nose in on Tim Powell. That battle as they come down into turns number 1 and 2. Trevor Hunt got a nose in there, and he was battling with Tim Powell. And they still go side by side out of turn number 2 with Ed Knoll on the outside. But back to our leader down in the hub coming out of turn number 4. It's Andy Bryant, still your race leader here on lap number 7. So Andy Bryant, Tanner, Striegel, Neiman, your winner last week, Yancey Shepard, Brad Smith, Trevor Hunt now in the 44, Ed Knoll. Here comes the 42 of Gene Claxton as he gets inside of Knoll in the 15 and turns 3 and 4. Bryant now making that methodical turn around as he hits his marks and maintains that lead. He's down to about a half a straightaway lead now. Bryant, as your leader, coming out of turn number 4 in that 28. Tanner in the 20T. It's Striegel in the 17 as they fly down into the low side. A lot of drivers using that low side now in turns 1 and 2. As Neiman now sneaks up about halfway. Yancey Shepard just behind him now, starting to close the gap a little bit. But Andy Bryant nice and steady on lap number 10. 18 laps tonight for your USRA B Modifieds here tonight. The Ironman Series. Good race here tonight. Again, Bryant commanding lead right now as he comes into turns 3 and 4 as he starts to stretch out that lead just a little bit. Tanner trying to hang on into that second spot. Striegel up from Wheatland, Missouri in the 17. Yancey Shepard now gets by. Now there's a battle for that 5th spot. Yancey Shepard, the 44 of Trevor Hunt, now gets by the 181 of Neiman now. Trevor Hunt on the move, trying to get his way up into the top 5. Let's see if he can get by Shepard. As now Neiman goes to the high side, but here comes Trevor Hunt in the 44H. Right behind the veteran Yancey Shepard and the orange and white 20 car. Then the 181 of Neiman and Smith in the 99 just behind him. As your leaders get close here now into what we would consider lap traffic on lap 13, 14 as we're coming up. But good battle. Here comes Trevor Hunt now to the low side. He gets inside of Shepard. He's going to take that spot away up into the top 5 now. So Trevor Hunt, the 44H, as he moves up into the top 5. Andy Bryant, still your leader here on lap number 14 with 4 to go as they come by. Tanner, Striegel, there's Trevor Hunt, and now Brad Smith to the low side, trying to get inside of Yancey Shepard. The battle back here at 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th with Shepard, Smith, the 181 of Neiman, and the 42 of Claxton. Here's your race leader now. As he comes down into turns number 1 and 2, Andy Bryant with just 3 laps to go. There's your battle in your race right now. The 2 Rage chassis, the 181 of Neiman and the 99 of Smith. Yancey Shepard trying to hang on. But your top 5 coming around turn number 4, your race leader. That's the 28 of Bryant. Tanner, Striegel, Trevor Hunt, Yancey Shepard. Then Smith and Neiman, the 99 and 181. Claxton in the 42, the 12C. And we have the 15 of Ed Knoll as he pulls off into the infield as the white flag flies for your race leader. Tanner in that second spot, Striegel in the 17, Hunt in the 14. Here's the battle back here for that 5th spot as Smith and Shepard get side by side coming into 1 and 2. Smith with the advantage coming out of turn 2. Brad Smith now moves up into that 5th spot as your winner, Andy Bryant, comes out of the turn 4 and the checkered fly flies in the air. Tanners takes the second spot. It's Striegel, Hunt, and Brad Smith. Tanner, Claxon, Clancy, Neiman, Turner.
This is our 50-50. I'm going to get the Lee Greenwood deal set up for them.
Okay.
That's a 50-50. They take their ticket to